This is the camp that Constantin's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope that Onegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. The tents were lacerated by what looks like claws. And there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts? Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and there were animals among the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of Constantin or Katasak's presence here. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantin were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Katasak wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from? There are footprints. Only a handful made it up to here. path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantin or Captain. I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, these men came from a nearby camp, an old outpost of the Alliance taken over by the Coin Guard. They could well have decided to finish what they'd planned in New Serene. These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? These vials look familiar. Katasach used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantin, what have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantin and Katasach definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual, but they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path.
Unless he himself was behind it.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantin captive, he now has leverage to apply to the colonists. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wenshaveye to learn more. Perhaps Katasach returned there. Or maybe his We're also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat.
And you think that they would have taken Constantin? But if you suspect them to have participated... I know the captain of that outpost. A pessimistic man who would never...
Perhaps. Unless he was simply obeying orders. However, one way or another, let us be on our way without further delay.
ceremonials. You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere.
Disarday.
A legate? Pardon my dismay. I am Captain Idris, of the Coin Guard. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm looking for Constantin d'Orsay.
The governor? Here?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked, but we found no trace of his body. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency. But the region is dangerous.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us that we have lost too many men to surprise. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me...
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
Captain, my name is Afra. You might remember me. I passed by this outpost with my fellow scholars.
The Lost Expedition. Yes, I remember.
His Excellency was able to extract us from the situation we found ourselves in.
His Excellency has powers that I do...
I'm casting no stones at you. You are ice. You have the feeling that the powerful of this world have abandoned you, but a life hangs in the balance.
You were right. One of them...
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what
He
happened?
wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but his wounds are extremely serious.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Can't take it anymore. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that survived.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? This boy will... Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much...
What are you doing there? This is an
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier.
That is very kind of him.
What are you saying? Is this...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient...
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to...
Yes, at least I think so.
I see. Give me the recipe.
Thank you. Were you able to concoct?
Yes, I was.
Give it to me. There. We must wait and...
Will he make it?
I hope so.
And if he survives?
Come back tomorrow at the...
Very well. I'll...
See you soon.
Good day.
Yes, Renaigse. What can I...
Katasak has disappeared.
What? But...
I don't know exactly what happened. Their escort was attacked.
And you believe that your heart must beat in
Wait. Perhaps they were wounded. We must find them at all costs.
Forgive me, Donegal.
There may be a way. I found these vials of potion on the back.
They could very well. No, they are not his. I do not know this smell. Another Donegal must be. Who would attack the water that heals?
Yes. I sincerely hope...
When you have discovered anything?
I have to go.
Quite a William said.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better.
I simply prepared the potion that she told. Could you tell me what happened?
I will try. We were posting and we heard sounds of fighting. Men were screaming. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and...
Constantin Katasak and his escort. Who were they?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely...
Flames? Where...
I don't know. I didn't see everything. But I thought I saw another islander. There was practically no one left on the... I came to when I heard voices of Island. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the... I dragged myself here.
I'm going to have to go and find...
You shouldn't do that.
That's enough. Rest now.
Yes, it's best. I'll have a word with your captain.
Excellency, thank you.
Please.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. He and his company heard sounds of the attack. My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated. A strange sorcerer controlled them.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. They must have learned that an important man was...
Don't apologize. I know where the...
Like you freed the scholars. Thank you again.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.